Imagine being completely unshakable, not cold, not numb, just untouchable. Today, I'm going to show you how you can get to a place where you never get angry or bothered by anyone, ever again. Let's begin. Why do we get angry in the first place? Think about it. Anger isn't really a conscious decision, is it? It's a reaction. It's that flash of heat that takes over when something doesn't go our way. This happens for a few key reasons. First, unmet expectations. You expect someone to be on time and they're late. You expect a project to go smoothly and it hits a snag. When reality doesn't match our mental blueprint, anger can rush in to fill the gap. Another huge trigger is our ego. When someone criticizes us, questions our intelligence, or disrespects us, our ego feels threatened. It screams, "How dare they?" Anger becomes a shield to protect our sense of self-worth. It's a defense mechanism. And finally, there's fear. Fear of losing control, fear of being seen as weak, or fear of the unknown. Anger can be a mask for these deeper anxieties, making us feel powerful when we actually feel vulnerable. Recognizing these roots, unmet expectations, a threatened ego, or underlying fear, is the absolute first step toward freedom. You can't solve a problem until you know what it is. Now let's talk about the power of emotional detachment. When you hear the word detachment, you might think of being cold, uncaring, or indifferent, but that's not what I mean at all. True emotional detachment isn't about not feeling. It's about having clarity. It's the ability to observe a situation without getting tangled up in it. Imagine you're standing on a riverbank watching leaves float by. You can see them, you can acknowledge them, but you don't have to jump into the water and get swept away with them. Those leaves are the words and actions of other people. The key is to learn to observe, not absorb. When someone says something hurtful, instead of immediately internalizing it and letting it define your emotional state, you can take a step back and simply notice it. Ah, that person just said something unkind. You see it for what it is, an external event, rather than an internal truth about you. A powerful mantra to practice in these moments is, "This is not mine to carry." Repeat it to yourself. Someone's negativity, their bad mood, their problems, they are not your burden. You can have compassion, but you don't have to carry their emotional baggage. This creates a space between you and the trigger, and in that space, you find your peace. Let's dive deeper into reframing offense. This is a game changer. Most of the time, when someone is rude, insulting, or just plain difficult, it has almost nothing to do with you. People's behavior is a reflection of their own inner world, their own pain, their own insecurities, their own struggles. A happy, content, and secure person doesn't go around trying to bring others down. It just doesn't happen. So the next time someone throws an insult your way, I want you to reframe it as a projection. They aren't really talking about you. They are projecting their own feelings onto you. Instead of getting defensive and thinking, "How dare they say that to me?" try asking yourself a different question. What pain must they be carrying to act this way? This single shift in perspective changes everything. It moves you from a place of anger and hurt to a place of empathy and understanding. You're no longer the victim of their attack. You're an observer of their struggle. This doesn't mean you have to excuse their behavior, but it does mean you don't have to let it poison your peace. Their words are a reflection of their character, not yours. Okay, so you understand the triggers, you're practicing detachment, and you're reframing offense. But what do you do in the heat of the moment, when you feel that anger starting to bubble up? You need practical tools. Let's start with your breath. The 4-7-8 breathing technique is incredibly powerful for calming your nervous system. Here's how you do it. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. Do this 3 or 4 times. It physically forces your body to relax. Next, use the mental pause. Before you react, just stop. Take 1 second and ask yourself this crucial question: is this worth my peace? Is arguing with this person, is getting upset over this comment, really worth sacrificing your inner calm? 99% of the time, the answer will be a clear and resounding no. Your peace is your most valuable asset. Another powerful tool is visualization. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a protective shield of calm, radiant light all around you. See it as impenetrable. Any negativity, any harsh words, any stressful energy just bounces right off it. It can't touch you. This isn't just a fantasy. It's a way of mentally reinforcing your emotional boundaries and reminding yourself that you are in control of your inner state. Finally, consider journaling. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes to write down anything that triggered you. What happened? How did it make you feel? Over time, you'll start to see patterns. Understanding your specific triggers is like having a map to your own mind, showing you exactly where you need to build stronger defenses. This leads us perfectly into boundaries and energy protection. Your peace is sacred, and you have to protect it fiercely. Part of that means understanding that you do not owe access to everyone. Your time, your attention, and your emotional energy are finite resources. It is not selfish to be selective about who you share them with. If someone consistently drains your energy or disrespects your boundaries, you have every right to limit your interaction with them. And that means learning to say no without guilt. You don't need a long-winded explanation or a complicated excuse. No, I can't do that right now is a complete sentence. No, I'm not available to discuss this is a valid boundary. At first, it might feel uncomfortable, especially if you're a people pleaser. But every time you say a guilt-free no to something that would drain you, you are saying a powerful yes to your own well-being. Protect your peace like it's the most precious thing you own, because it is. You're not here to react, you're here to rise. All these tools and mindset shifts are about taking your power back. It's about deciding that your inner state will be determined by you and you alone, not by the random actions or words of others. The next time someone tries to shake you, the next time they try to pull you into their drama or anger, you'll know what to do. You'll breathe, you'll observe, you'll remember that it's not yours to carry, and then you'll smile because you've already won. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on mastering your mind and living a peaceful life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which technique are you most excited to try? Until next time, stay calm.